Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about what should be the Miami Heat's new starting lineup. Obviously, we re-signed Davion Mitchell, but also we made a big move for Norman Powell. So, today we're going to be breaking it down, and also we're going to talk about how Mike Miller feels about the Miami Heat. Now, before we do start today's video, if you guys enjoy Miami Heat content, we do upload every single day. Our goal this year is to upload for 365 days, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and let's get back in today's video. So, Mike Miller on the Miami Heat getting Norman Powell. He goes, listen, I love Coach Pat. I love Norman Powell. I still don't believe even with that move in Miami, he can hate me. I still don't believe it moves that needle for the championship. You know what? I do know Coach Riley's not done. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I totally respect Mike Miller for being honest because a lot of people wouldn't have been honest. They would have been like, yeah, the addition of Norman Powell could definitely help this team, go win a championship. And I agree. Just because you added Norman Powell doesn't mean we're going to go out there and compete and win for a championship. Well, let me not say compete because I do think we're going to compete, but we're definitely not going to win a championship. But it is interesting, though. He pretty much says that Pat Riley's not done making moves. The only thing is, it's like, what's left to make? Like, you could possibly make moves at the trade deadline, but I just don't really see much off-season moves. I talked about some moves like Nikola Vucevic or adding Dame Lillard, but those moves seem very, very unlikely. So we'll see what happens with that situation. But once again, I definitely respect Mike Miller's opinion on the Norman Powell trade. So this is where we're going to talk about the lineup. So a lot of people have a starting lineup of Tyler Herro, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and Kel'el Ware. Now, ideally, this could work. You can have Tyler and Norman Powell bring the ball up the court, and then obviously keep Wiggins at the 3, Bam at the 4, and Kel'el Ware at the 5. The only thing is, and the only thing that I worry about is how is this offense going to work? Because this offense is very, very still. And we've been complaining about this offense these last couple years. And this lineup could be very, very effective, but it also could be terrible at times too if Spo does not fix his offense. He needs to fix his offense. We need to have a better offense. We can easily be 110 plus point score. Well, 110 plus points as a team. Like, we could really do that. I mean, you have 20 plus point scorers in Tyler and Norman and Bam and Andrew Wiggins at times. Like, we should be able to score with the top dogs, the Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics when they're healthy, the New York Knicks, 76ers. Like, we should be able to. Also, a lot of people want to start Davion. Davion was a huge boost to this team, obviously, when we added him at the trade deadline. And I'm going to be honest with you, I first had Davion starting before we had Norman Powell. But I personally like Davion coming off the bench and providing that spark. I feel like that spark is what the Miami Heat needed. And you could say, well, Norman Powell can come off the bench and play that 6-man. And you can go with that direction too because he's known for being a 6-man. Just recently, he was, inserted in the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. And we get a scoring boost with Davion. It's more just like the defensive intensity. He comes in, gets the crowd going crazy, and then we start going on 6-0, 8-0 runs, and we definitely appreciate that. So they both provide something different, and it definitely does help out the Miami Heat. So like I said, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what Spo goes with. But another thing that I do want to say is having Tyler at the 1 necessarily like how like the starting lineup will be might not be the best thing for Tyler, right? I understand Tyler needs the ball in his hand, but Tyler is more known for just getting his open looks. He's not known for getting people open. Norman Powell needs to get open. They need to set him screens. They need to set him down screens. They need to make sure he's cutting in, a point guard's finding him open. So I'm hoping that this Miami Heat, Spo finally figures this offense out because we do have the scoring potential here for sure. So, like I said, you can either go with Norman Powell starting, Davion Mitchell coming off the bench, or you can have Davion Mitchell starting and Norman Powell coming off the bench. Norman Powell already came out and pretty much said, listen, I'm willing to sacrifice. I want to win here. I do anything that helps his team. So he's fine with coming off the bench, but we'll see what happens. Personally, in my opinion, I think we could just go with the first lineup, which is Tyler, Norman, Andrew, Bam, and Kel'el Ware. And I'm very excited about this because, like I said, this is going to be a full offseason of Andrew Wiggins. He's going to be in training camp, and if he doesn't get injured, I think he could be that player that he was for the Golden State Warriors. And obviously, we're hoping for the growth and the leaps of Kel'el Ware, and hopefully Bam Adebayo gets more open looks and he's a little bit more dominant we know with the addition of Norman Powell, because now the defense is going to have to focus on Tyler, Norman, and Wiggins, and it gives more opportunities for Bam Adebayo. But we'll see, man. Let me know in the comment sections, what do you guys think? What starting lineup would you guys roll with? Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'm out.